They say silence is empty, but in truth, silence is the most powerful tool you possess. In a world addicted to noise, constant validation, endless talking, and loud displays, those who master silence become unstoppable. Let me tell you this, you don't need to announce your goals. You don't need to post your every move. You don't need to explain your vision to anyone, because the real transformation doesn't happen in front of an audience. It happens behind closed doors when no one is watching, when no one is clapping. The most powerful version of yourself is not built in the spotlight. It is built in the dark through quiet decisions, through private disciplines, through silent intentions. You don't grow when you scream for attention. You grow when you whisper to yourself, I am becoming more. Upgrade your life not by force, but by imagination, not by noise, but by belief. You must see your life differently, even when your circumstances stay the same. The moment you begin to assume the feeling of the life you desire, even in silence, that life begins to form around you. Not because the world suddenly changes, but because you do. This is the secret. You rise by how you feel about yourself when no one else is looking. If you can close your eyes and feel wealthy you are, if you can walk silently with confidence, you're already the person you wish to be. The world just hasn't caught up yet, but it will. And as you evolve quietly, don't expect applause. Growth in silence is often met with confusion by others. That's okay. Let your results be your response. Let your transformation be your proof. So here's your challenge. Go within. Feel the life you want. Live it inwardly. Honor your vision, even if no one else sees it yet. And when doubts rise, meet them with silence. When fear comes, answer it with quiet faith, because silence is not empty. It is full of answers, full of power, full of creation. And that is how you upgrade your life, not by noise, not by permission, but by silently becoming everything you were born to be. Silence is often mistaken for weakness, yet it holds the purest form of strength. In silence, there is no need to defend, explain, or prove. It is the space where clarity is born and decisions are sharpened. While the world demands noise for validation, silence offers wisdom that can't be taught. In the quiet, you meet your real self without distraction. The world outside may rush, but inside, silence allows you to design the life you truly want. It's not the absence of sound, it's the presence of power. Those who master it master themselves. Because when you stop reacting, you start creating. There is no greater statement than stillness, no louder confidence than calm, no more powerful move than peace. You will find the answers you seek not in noise, but in your still mind. That's where your upgrade begins. In silence, you don't just hear your thoughts, you direct them. And when you do that, you control your destiny. You don't need to tell anyone your plans to validate their importance. What you are building quietly has more power than what is shouted from rooftops. Your vision is sacred. It doesn't need exposure to grow. Every time you speak it to people who don't understand, you risk diluting its strength. Let your energy go into becoming, not explaining. The seed grows underground before anyone sees the flower. The process isn't for others to witness, it's for you to experience. When you move in silence, you remove expectations and stay free, free from opinions, doubt, and interruption. People will notice when it's already done, and that's enough. Let them see the transformation, not the transition. Let your results be louder than your words. Protect your momentum by not sharing every move. You are not being secretive, you are being strategic. Growth doesn't need applause. It only needs focus. Greatness isn't forged in spotlight, but in shadows. Behind every public success is a private grind that no one sees. While others post and boast, you build, you improve your mindset, your skills, your habits, all without making noise. That's where the power lies. The dark is not your enemy, it is your training ground, where your failures shape you and your breakthroughs refine you. No stage, no cheers, just you and the quiet work. That's what separates the talkers from the doers. You don't become extraordinary by being seen. You become extraordinary by becoming someone worth seeing. And that takes time, patience, and privacy. The transformation you seek doesn't need spectators, it needs intention. Keep working even when no one acknowledges it, because the day will come when the silence you embraced will echo with success. And they'll wonder how you did it, but you'll know it was all in the dark. Waking up early to practice when no one's watching, saying no to temptations while others indulge, studying, improving, refining quietly, consistently. This is the life of silent discipline. You don't seek attention, you seek results, because you understand that what you build in silence will one day speak volumes. You're not moved by trends, you're moved by purpose. You are not rushed, because you know your season will come. Every quiet effort is a deposit into your future. The habits you repeat in silence become the character you display in public. While others are chasing recognition, you're earning mastery. There's no need to prove anything when you're building everything. Discipline without noise is where legacies begin. And when the world finally sees you, they'll think it was sudden. But you'll smile, knowing it was never sudden, it was just silent. The world just took time to catch up. Close your eyes. Picture the life you want. Now feel it. That's imagination, not fantasy, but the blueprint of creation. Everything that has ever existed began as a thought, and thoughts become real when they're felt deeply and consistently. Don't wait for proof to believe, believe to create the proof. Your mind is not a prison, it's a tool. One of the most powerful forces you have is your ability to imagine something better. In silence, you can craft that image without resistance, no criticism, no noise, just pure vision. That vision becomes your emotional reality. And once you feel it as real, your actions align. Life begins to mirror the internal world you've chosen. You don't chase change, you embody it. And the outside responds to the inside. That's how you upgrade, not by fighting the old, but by living in the new within yourself first. Transformation doesn't start with applause, it starts with quiet decisions. You become more each time you choose growth over comfort. Every silent yes to yourself plants the seeds of elevation. It's not dramatic, it's deliberate. It's not loud, it's life-changing. While no one notices at first, you are evolving in ways that will eventually shift everything. The way you speak to yourself, the standards you hold, the energy you allow, it's all changing. Quietly, you are becoming a version of yourself that no longer fits in old spaces. No announcement needed, your aura will speak. The world may not recognize you yet, but that's the point. By the time they do, you'll have already outgrown needing their recognition. Real change is internal before it's ever visible. And when it becomes visible, it's undeniable. So keep saying yes to the quiet path. It's leading you somewhere powerful. Step into the feeling of already having what you want. That's not pretending, it's preparing. The universe responds to how you feel, not just what you say. When you carry yourself like it's already done, you invite it faster. You don't wait for the change, you become it. Let your posture, your thoughts, your choices reflect the version of you that already lives in your vision. You don't need evidence to feel successful, you need belief. Let your emotions be your compass, guiding you toward your future. The more real it feels inside, the closer it is on the outside. You're not wishing, you're embodying. Each day you walk in that inner confidence, you are rearranging your reality. Others may call it delusion, but eventually they'll call it destiny. Because life doesn't respond to doubt, it responds to certainty. So don't just want your future. Feel it, live it, breathe it now. There is a confidence that doesn't scream, it whispers. It walks into rooms without explanation. It stands tall in silence. That kind of confidence doesn't come from likes, followers, or applause. It comes from knowing who you are and where you're headed. You don't need a crowd to validate your worth. You don't need reassurance to keep moving, because when you truly believe in your direction, noise becomes irrelevant. You begin to move with quiet conviction. There's no desperation in your energy, just calm power. You're not chasing, you're attracting. You know the value you bring and you don't trade it for temporary approval. That kind of confidence is magnetic. It changes conversations, opportunities, and environments. And the best part, it was built in silence. It was nurtured in solitude. And now it speaks without saying a word. The gap between the life you want and the one you're living is perception. If you can believe it's already yours, you begin to act like it. And when you act like it, the world adjusts. You are not waiting for permission to be great. You are declaring it through your choices and feelings. When your inner world shifts, your outer world can't help but follow. It has no choice, it must reflect you. Your thoughts become the architect, your emotions the builder. You can't live one reality internally and experience another externally for long. They must match. That's why inner belief is non-negotiable. You don't fake it, you feel it into existence. The mirror of life reflects back what you continuously show it. So show it certainty, show it success, show it joy, and soon you won't have to act as if anymore, you'll just be. You don't need to explain your elevation. The results will speak clearly. While others are trying to convince, you're committed to becoming. Silence holds more evidence than words ever could. When you stop trying to prove and start focusing on progress, everything changes. Your actions become your voice. Your life becomes your message. No one can argue with a changed reality. While opinions fade, outcomes last. Let your energy show up before your explanation does. Let your discipline outshine your dialogue. Let your evolution do all the talking, because those who question you will soon admire you. Those who overlooked you will wonder how you did it. And you won't need to say a thing. Your life will be the loudest answer. Keep building quietly. The world will hear you when it's done. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey, and they don't have to. When you start growing in silence, you may find yourself feeling alone. That's normal. Evolution often isolates you before it elevates you. You're not losing people, you're shedding distractions. You're creating space for alignment, not approval. The silence may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's where your truth is born. Those who are meant for your next level will meet you there, no convincing required. Your job is not to explain your vision to those who can't see it. Your job is to keep walking. Some will question your distance, not realizing you're moving closer to your destiny. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Their confusion is proof you're no longer in the same place. Growth isn't always understood, but it is always worth it. Trust the solitude, it's refining you. Soon your results will speak what your words never could. There is a compass within you more reliable than any external advice. That inner knowing, that gut pull, that quiet whisper, it never lies. When you listen, you align. And when you align, you accelerate. The world outside may scream conflicting messages, but your inner vision stays clear. You must protect it, feed it, honor it. Even when logic says it's impossible, if your inner voice says it's yours, believe it. Your vision is your blueprint, custom built, uniquely yours. It doesn't need validation. It just needs nurturing. And it grows in silence, protected from doubt and fear. When you follow your internal compass, you walk paths others can't see. And that's okay. You weren't born to fit in, you were born to follow truth. Silence sharpens that vision. And when you trust it fully, you move with the kind of power that changes everything. You don't always need to argue with your doubts. In fact, you don't need to argue at all. Doubt thrives on attention, starve it with silence. Fear grows louder when you feed it with panic, but it dissolves in the presence of calm belief. Let your peace be your protest. When anxiety creeps in, don't react, realign. Your silence is a weapon against chaos. It's how you remain unshaken while everything else trembles. When others lose control, you hold stillness. That stillness isn't ignorance, it's wisdom. It's knowing that power doesn't always roar, sometimes it rests. You silence fear not by resisting it, but by rising above it. Speak less to it and believe more in yourself. Fear cannot coexist with unwavering inner faith. Let the silence between your thoughts carry strength, and in that still space, fear will find no home. That's where courage lies, in the quiet conviction of your soul. Faith isn't loud. It doesn't need a megaphone or a spotlight. It walks softly but surely. When you believe deeply, you don't feel the need to convince anyone. Your energy carries assurance without explanation. You don't rush because you know what's coming. You don't fear because you trust the unseen. In a world desperate for proof, faith is a rebellion, a quiet, grounded rebellion that says, it is already done. You don't chase, it comes. You don't beg, you attract. Every step is guided not by logic, but by knowing. People may not understand your calm, let them wonder. Because when you move with faith, your actions become divine. You're not operating from the present reality, you're living from the future you've already accepted. And that future is shaped by your silent certainty. In stillness, faith finds its voice. And once it speaks, nothing can stand in its way. You are not the labels given to you by others. You are not the story of your past or the noise of your surroundings. You are what you believe consistently, silently, fully. Each day, in every quiet moment, you choose who you become. Not by what you say, but by what you accept as true about yourself. If you believe you are worthy, your life begins to reflect worth. If you believe you are powerful, challenges become stepping stones. Your reality bends to your belief, not instantly, but inevitably. And the world responds to your inner conviction, even if it doesn't know why. You don't need to announce who you are becoming. Just become it. And the world will adjust. People will treat you differently, not because you said anything, but because your energy said everything. The quiet belief in your value rewrites your entire existence. That's how you upgrade one silent thought at a time,